That's why I'm tired of all these gospel artists talking about, yeah, I'm taking my music to the world. I'm taking my music to the sinner. I'm doing this for the sinner. God has never used music to evangelize. He never used music to preach the gospel. You know why? Because there's a power of coercion that's attached to music.
Do other things musically.
And you actually you talked about some of the rappers
Yeah.
that you know from California, Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg, that
Yeah.
grew up in the church, and you actually sang at Nate Dogg's funeral earlier
Yes,
this
we
year.
did. Yes, we did.
I think Erica had sent a message on Twitter to, praying for the family, keep the family in your prayers, and I think one of his sister follows us on Twitter, so they ended up reaching out to us, and I mean, we've always been fans of Nate Dogg. I love his voice, like, never leave me alone.
Okay.
His voice is tight, man, so.
But what about the lyrical content? You never...
I mean,
What, how do you...
we don't agree with everything that he sang, but I like his voice.
Mm-hmm.
I like his voice, and as it relates to artists that are non-gospel, I mean, I won't get up and give my hand of backing every artist that's out there, but there are artists that don't sing what I sing about, and they don't promote the kind of message that I promote. But if I look at just their artistry, some of them are really talented people, and I'm not going to take that from them just because they ain't singing about God. If they fresh, if they dope, they dope. You know what I mean? Nate Dogg is tight, and I mean, some of his hooks was perfectly fine for me to sing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't sing all of them.
Singing I Got Pros.
Which ain't really pros. I mean, we couldn't sing that one, but I like Never Leave Me Alone. But he was dope, and there's other artists that we really love and admire and enjoy, and we respect their artistry. Sometimes I think we make things a little too spiritual. It's for the art of it, they're good. Lyrical content, maybe not. The way they put it together, profound.
And your husband is the drummer for Jay Leno.
My husband, and Warren used to coordinate our bands at the earlier stages before, we were able to put it together ourselves. All the rest of the guys have played for, played and produced for P. Diddy and Lil Wayne and Missy
and Mary Mary. That's
Mary Mary.
And then us, but they all come from church. They all, many of them, they're pastors or fathers, and they were born and raised in church. They were the church musicians, but they produce a lot of mainstream music. But when it came time for them to do what's in their heart, they formed a gospel group, but the most traditional kind of gospel group, and they are cold-blooded. Oh my God!
You don't really want to go.
That was something we talked about before the interview. That if you come from the traditional gospel background, then you're almost from a young age forced to be musical. And when these producers come out of that genre, they're so much better than people in the secular industry.
Just continue to grow with how the music industry has changed, and as the world progresses, we do the same.
I mean, we speak of our faith in our music, and we always will, but we try to speak in a language where everybody who's breathing can relate. Exactly. We make our music for the world, not just for the church.